What's going on, YouTube? I said I was going to get an AEW Collision review to you, and here I am with it. We are just now minutes away before the essentially the prelims of AEW's Forbidden Door, which is going to be taking place now in an hour officially. So, to get this video out, quick little recap my review of Collision, since I did get to see an early preview of it before it was aired on Saturday. So, to kick things off, Chris Jericho versus JD Drake. This was an all right match. I was so happy to see Chris Jericho pull up to New Mexico, and he put on a good match. And the ending of this is what was really cool because he called out Tommaso Ciampa. They already have a feud going on, and so I would love to see Jericho versus Ciampa. I think those two are great wrestlers. I really like Ciampa, his in-ring ability, and I'm familiar with him from his WWE days, and well, Jericho as well. But it's cool that they are thriving and getting to face each other here in AEW. Next up, My World and, hopefully I'm pronouncing this right, Hyen take on Mercedes Moné and Athena, where Mercedes and Athena pick up the victory. Now, two of these women in this match I know very well, and that's Mercedes Moné and Athena because of their time in other promotions. And man, let me just say, all four of these wrestlers were amazing to watch. It was a cool match, and I was excited to see Mercedes in New Mexico as well. I think that's another big name star. So it was awesome getting to see them pull up to my home state. Next up, Mystico and Speedball Bailey pick up a W versus the Premier Athletes. Oh, and Mercedes and Athena pick up the victory here in their tag match, preparing for Forbidden Door, where Mercedes takes on Maya World for the Owen Hart Foundation Finals. And okay, back to where we were. Mystico versus Premier Athletes. Mystico has Speedball Bailey. I'm only familiar with Mystico. That's not true. I'm familiar with the Premier Athletes also for their work in other promotions. But this was a cool match. I really liked the Premier Athletes. It was a weird team to be a fan favorite of, but they were cool until they made comments about New Mexico. Not cool, y'all. Not cool. Anyways, we get to see Mystico and Speedball Bailey pick up a W here. Mystico, he's starting to become one of my favorites. I said in the previous episode about Dynamite, Bandito's my favorite wrestler in AEW. And he's catching up. I really like the both of them. So it's cool. Lucha is such a great style of wrestling. I love watching it. And these guys are showing off their abilities great. Next up, the CMLL Women's title match with Persephone the champion defeating Billy Starks. I'm going to be honest, this was definitely a slower paced match. I did get to see Tony Khan, though. He did walk out and announce the match. He was in attendance live here in New Mexico, so it was really cool seeing him. The match was all right. Persephone picks up the W here to retain her championship. At the end of the match, a bunch of names started interfering. I don't know who exactly they are, but I did know one of them was Chris Statlander, and she's like one of the top female superstars in AEW, so it was cool seeing her pull up, even if it was for a quick interaction. Next, Jake Doyle takes on Adam Priest. Jake Doyle picking up the victory here. Again, another weaker match on the card. I am unfamiliar with both of these guys, but it was a cool match overall. And one of them, I do believe, he's in a faction. I want to say the Death Riders or the Don Callis family. The Don Callis family. Sorry, I believe Jake Doyle is in that faction, and it was an okay match. It wasn't too bad. I will tell you this though: everyone did hate Don Callis. The crowd did not like him one bit. Next up, the TNT title match. This was match of the night. You could argue that, including Dynamite as well, this might be the best match overall. Now, I loved me some ELP versus Will Ospreay, but yo, Kevin Knight versus Desmond Xavier? Awesome. For starters, Kevin Knight was being called "you sold out" chants. We're going crazy for Kevin Knight, and he interacted with the crowd. If you see the replays, you see a lot of middle fingers, a lot of people against Kevin Knight there. But Desmond Xavier, he's really cool. I like the Rascals. I am also familiar with Desmond Xavier, and it was a great match. These are two guys that really work well with each other. It was amazing to see them. And it was a title match. I love getting to see a title match, especially on the Go Home show for Forbidden Door. It's a great thing to see, and these two definitely delivered. And lastly, for the main event, we see the AEW Triple Tag Team Championships on the line with the Conglomeration versus the Ops. Now, I'm going to be so for real. Kevin Knight versus Desmond Xavier should have main evented, because this triple tag team match was all right. And it pains me to say that, because I don't know anyone on the Ops faction outside of Hook. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to refresh my memory, but I don't know the people on the Ops. The Conglomeration had Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly. I am familiar with all three of those names. Orange Cassidy's a very popular, gimmicky kind of guy in AEW, so I was familiar with him already. Then, of course, I know me some Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. But I'm going to tell you, the truth is this main event under-delivered. I don't think it was the best main event, and it definitely did not... it wasn't a good way to close out the show, especially for the Go Home show for a big pay-per-view like the Forbidden Door. But it was a decent match. I just think it really did underperform. I don't know what was going on in the writers' room when they said Kevin Knight and Desmond Xavier shouldn't main event for the TNT Championship. I thought that would have been a no-brainer, because those guys put it on. So I'm going to act like the main event in my heart was Kevin Knight versus Desmond Xavier. That's going to be all for today's video, though. I wanted to get a quick one out reviewing Collision. I'm not going to be doing editing. This is just a quick little 7-8 minute video, and I hope you enjoyed. Of course, Collision's going to be coming out Saturdays, and then Dynamite's on Wednesdays, and Forbidden Door will be happening now any moment, and you can see those videos for Collision. I know TNA had Slammiversary going on today, and NXT's Great American Bash. Those will be on my personal channel, Gabe Danger, but videos for WWE will be on the main Hustle and Hardwood podcast. We just uploaded a video just now reviewing Night of Champions, so make sure you go check that out as well. And that's going to be all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video.